What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back in to another video. Today, we are doing our Week 2 picks for the 2022 NFL season. Last week, we didn't do too well, all right? I'll be honest with you. But then again, I've seen a lot of other people not do too well. And I guess that was my fault. I played it safe. I tried to take too many favorites here. You know how the NFL works. A lot of these upsets are going to happen. It was a crazy week. Kickers missing kicks. Revenge games not playing out the way we want them to. And things were just bad, okay? Things were just bad. And I accidentally showed two of my picks, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. But we went 9-7 this past week. Straight up. But against the spread, we went like 5-11, okay? This is by far my worst week I've probably ever had. So, that being said, I think ties don't count when it comes to ESPN, so it says 9-6. So, I guess we'll just cancel out the tie, right? So, we'll say 9-6? I guess so. I'm going to say 9-7. All right, I'm going to say 9-7, okay? So, I didn't predict the tie, so I lost. So, let's just say 9-7. So, like I said, let's try to have a better week this week, okay? Let's try to have a better week. And by the way, if you guys want, something, a gift for yourself, treat yourself, guys, all right? Or if you have guy friends or your father, your cousin, your brother, go and give them a gift this NFL season and provide them with some Manscaped products, okay? Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. That was a very, very bad segue, but I'm gonna rock with it. All right, lost my train of thought, but I'm gonna rock with it. But make sure you guys use the promo code KB27 for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. They got everything from ball deodorants to t-shirts to boxers, just a bunch of things, okay? A bunch of razors, all right? So obviously the Lawnmower 4.0 is their big, their big seller. So you guys go ahead and check them out, manscaped.com, and make sure you guys use KB27 at checkout as your promo code. Let's get into the video. Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. You obviously see I had the Chiefs here, so we'll keep this short, sweet, and simple. The Chargers, I want to root for them. They looked all right against the Raiders last week at home, but they already ruled out Keenan Allen. He was having a good game up until the point he got hurt. And now he's already ruled out for this Chiefs game on Thursday night. And they're probably going to miss out on J.C. Jackson as well. Those are two really big, important players for their team. Kansas City kind of looked like the best team in the NFL up until this point. Until this point in Week 1, going into Week 2. 44-14, they scored against the Arizona Cardinals, who did not look very good. And that was on the road, by the way. So they're coming back home to Arrowhead Thursday night. The Chargers have beat them 3 out of the last 4 times at Arrowhead, but I have a feeling that might be different this week. I'm taking the Chiefs -4, and I have them winning 28-20. Let's move on to the Cleveland Browns. You already see mine there too. So that's the last one. I accidentally started clicking them without hitting record. Then I recorded and I forgot to unclick them. So the New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns didn't look too bad against the Carolina Panthers. Jacoby Brissett didn't look too bad against the Carolina Panthers. So they may be able to get some wins going before Deshaun Watson's able to come back, if he does come back. A lot of people are rooting for him not to come back. We won't get into that here, but the Jets were relatively non-existent on offense last week. The defense was able to keep Lamar Jackson and that offense contained for a little bit, and I actually thought this might be a close game, and the Jets may surprise some folks, but the score wound up looking, how it should look. It was like 24-3 or something like that, okay? So, Joe Flacco, not the guy. Not the guy, not very good. The Jets are not very good, and the Browns are not that much of a worse team than the Ravens are. They might be better, just besides the quarterback position. So everything else might be better. I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns here to win -6. The spread's at 6 for Cleveland. I'm taking them to win 20-10. A little bit of a low scoring game there two teams that, I mean, Cleveland's good now. Let's just be real, but they got Jacoby Brissett there, so I'm still reserving that. So let's move on to the Lions at the Commanders. I'm really intrigued by this game, not because of the fact, only because it's the NFC East, NFC East rivals going against the Lions, who everyone watched during Hard Knocks and kind of are rooting for a bit. I'm rooting for the Lions. I'm really rooting for them to beat the Eagles. You guys know why, but I'm going to take the Lions here. I don't think the Lions are that good. Like, I'm not going to overreact to that Eagles game. I don't think the Lions are that good on offense to remain scoring 30 points a game. However, I do have them scoring 30 points here. I don't think the Washington Commanders defense is very good. They always look good on paper every single year, and they never perform in that way. Jacksonville almost put 30 on them. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions to win the game, and I'm also going to take them to cover, so I'm going to have them winning outright. So I'm taking another favorite here. Don't worry, we're going to get to some upsets soon, but I'm going to take the Detroit Lions to win here. I believe the spread's at 2. It's just an easy spread. I mean, if it's at 2, it's basically like a pick 'em. So we saw the Giants game versus the Titans. That was different. That was a 1-point difference. But I'm going to take the Lions to win here, -2. I had them winning 30-24. So let's give Detroit the dub there. And it's raining currently where I'm at, so hopefully you guys don't hear the rain too much. Let's move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. I have the Saints. Listen, the Saints, look, they had a really good comeback against the Falcons. The Falcons just naturally just choke every game they are put in. So there's that. I don't think the Saints are that good either. Just like what I said about the Detroit Lions, I don't think they're that good on offense either. I just think the Falcons allow them to get back in that game. The Bucs, I think, can look better than they looked against the Cowboys. Okay, they scored a lot of field goals. They weren't able to capitalize in the end zone. Everything was a field goal. I believe they only scored 1 touchdown. The score was 19-3. The Bucs defense looks very good. Jameis Winston, let's see what he does, and let's see if he throws some Buccaneer players. And a quick stat for you guys: I don't think the Bucs have beaten the Saints in the regular season up until this point since Tom Brady has been with them. I could be wrong by that, but I don't think the Bucs beat the Saints yet. But either way, I'm going to take the Bucs winning. There's no way. I just think the Bucs are just that much of a good team right now, and they got the hot hand, and New Orleans had to pull off a miracle to beat the Falcons. So I'm going to take the Bucs to win -2.5, 30-27. Let's move on to the Giants versus the Carolina game. I try my best not to put my heart and soul, my biasness into this. And I could have a whole different outlook of this game if the Giants were to lose that game and Randy Bullock made that kick. I don't know why I have any different thoughts now, but I really do feel like the Giants could win this game. The line is at 2 right now, 2 points. I'm surprised the Giants are favored in something, right? I'm just happy about that. The Giants are at home. They also automatically get a 3-point favorite. It just matters about who's, much better. So they're a 2-point favorite. I'll take it. Baker Mayfield going to MetLife Stadium. We all know, as Giants fans, we know Baker Mayfield has said some things about the Giants organization and Daniel Jones, that were uncalled for. So we kind of want to stick it to him this game. I was rooting for him last week, to try to beat the Browns. He didn't do that. I don't think Carolina's going to win here either. I think the Giants could pull this one off. I think Saquon Barkley is absolutely going to have a menacing year. I think he's out for blood. I think he's on a mission to prove everyone wrong, and maybe even including himself. I'm going to take the Giants to win here, -2. And I'm gonna have them winning 24-20. Let's move on to the Patriots at the Steelers. The Steelers looked fantastic on defense, not so good on offense. As far as the Patriots go, they looked bad on defense and bad on offense. I believe the Patriots are favored in this game by 2.5. I don't understand that. They're not at home. They got to go to, it's not even called Heinz Field anymore. I don't know what it's called anymore. But they got to go to Pittsburgh Stadium, and take on that defense that forced 6 turnovers on the Bengals against a really good receiving core in the Bengals. I don't like this matchup at all for the Patriots. I don't even know how they're favored, but I'm going to take the Steelers, even if they have a bad offense. I just think the Patriots definitely faced an easier team in Miami and couldn't pull that off. So let's move on to the Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, these are just two disappointing teams. But Jacksonville just seems like on the way up. They had a really good game against the Commanders. They lost that game late. They weren't able to maintain that lead, and they lost the game. The Colts already have a tie, and the Colts are not that good. Matt Ryan, probably not the guy to try to win you a Super Bowl. I don't know why they keep going with these older veterans instead of just drafting a guy, but that's their decision. Everything else, I don't really care too much about this game. I have Jacksonville winning, so let's just leave it at that. I got Jacksonville winning. I have them covering their own spread of 4. They are underdogs at home. I have them covering the spread, and I have them winning 23-21. The Baltimore Ravens the Miami Dolphins at Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 3.5. Miami played a really good game against the Patriots. I thought the chemistry between Tua and Tyreek Hill and also Jalen Waddle, I believe that it's there. I had concerns about Tua and his arm ability, being that Tyreek and Jalen are like burners, and I had thought that Tua would kind of be like a hindrance to them. But it didn't seem to matter too much. So I'm going to take Miami with the points, but I'm going to take Baltimore to squeak out a close win. 27-24. I got Baltimore on top, but Miami covering the spread. This one's interesting to me. The Rams at the Falcons at the Rams. I'm sorry. Now, I don't have this team winning, but the spread is interesting, okay? The spread is set. Let me look at the spread. Where is the spread? Atlanta. The spread is set at 10.5. Man, 10.5 points is a big spread. You really have to be a powerhouse to kind of like be confident in taking. Like that team has to be a powerhouse to be confident in taking them against the spread. Because even a sort of like a blowout where you pad the stats, right? If it's like 27-13, or if it's like 27-10 the whole game, but then the Falcons score a late touchdown and it's 27-17, boom, your spread is gone, of 10.5. So I'm going to take the Rams to win, but I don't. They might be taking a step down since winning the Super Bowl. So, and Atlanta kind of looked all right on offense. They really did. Their defense is lacking, but then again, when is their defense not? But Marcus Mariota didn't look too bad. Cordero Patterson is still balling out at a new position. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I have them covering the spread but losing to the Rams. Let's move on to the Seattle Seahawks at the 49ers. These two teams are very, very disappointing. The Seattle Seahawks are not disappointing. They actually came out with a win against Denver, but still doesn't look very good. The 49ers couldn't get the win against the Bears. It was raining, so I'll give them that. It was raining pretty damn hard, so I will give them that. But that's supposed to be their bread and butter. They're a running team. They should have been able to run the ball, but I guess not. These teams are not very good. I don't even know how the 49ers are favored by a whole 9.5 points. Are you crazy? Are you serious? Where did the 49ers ever show that they're that good? Against a division rival? No, thank you. Give me the Seattle Seahawks to win this game outright. Just like a straight-up upset, okay? I have them winning. Trey Lance is not very good, okay? I don't think Trey Lance is that good. They lost Eli Mitchell as well. Don't know when he's coming back, but he's definitely not coming back in this game. They're going to be relying on Jeff Wilson. Debo was like non-existent in that Chicago game. Maybe he comes to life in this game. Who knows? But I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks here. Next, we're moving on to the Cowboys versus the Bengals. The Bengals need a pick-me-up game, right? They need a revenge game. They need a punch dummy to just like lay out all their anger on, because Joe Burrow, who rarely throws interceptions as it is, threw 4 whole interceptions. I don't even know how long he's going to be leading the lead in interceptions, but 4 interceptions is a lot in week 1. And now going against a Dallas team without Dak Prescott, who just don't look that great. Micah Parsons looks very, very good. But Cincinnati needs a game that they could just lay out all their anger on and just ball out. And I think this is the game here. I'm taking the Bengals to get the win on the road. -8. That's right. I'm taking an 8-point spread here. And I'm going to have them winning 26-13. Moving on to the Texans at the Broncos. The Broncos look very, very bad. The Texans almost pulled off a win against the Colts. And Davis Mills does not look that bad at all. He actually looks pretty damn decent. Denver, I don't know if it was because Russell Wilson was Russell Wilson threw for a lot of yards. Don't get me wrong, but they couldn't score for a damn thing, right? They couldn't score at all. And obviously Nathaniel Hackett's terrible decisions at the end of the game was very just like Joe Judge-esque. But I'm gonna take Denver to win this game. But let me see if I have Houston with the points. Denver's favored by 10. I could understand if Denver was favored by 10 before the game against Seattle, but after, I gotta take Houston with the 10, but Denver to win the game. All right, moving on to the Cardinals at the Raiders. The Cardinals looked so bad. They looked like one of the worst teams in the NFL last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. However, I'm going to be taking... I took a chance on them last week to cover. That didn't work out very well. Guess what? I'm going to double down. I'm going to take them to cover again, the 5.5-point spread. I don't think Vegas is very good. We'll see what happens. Maybe Devontae Adams takes over in this game. I don't know. But I'm going to take the Vegas Raiders to win, but Arizona to cover the spread. I got Vegas winning 24-20. And then we have the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Another disappointing match. I mean, a lot of these games are just disappointing opponents, right? Chicago pulls off the win, still doesn't look very good. And Green Bay looked so... I mean, Aaron Rodgers, bro, you shouldn't have came back, man. Really. They don't really care about you. Christian Watson, that drop touchdown, you're working with just scrubs, right? You have nothing of a receiving core, and we knew this was going to happen. We knew he was going to struggle because of the lack of receivers. Just because he's Aaron Rodgers, he's getting older. Just because he's Aaron Rodgers doesn't mean you could throw a freaking Walmart bag boy out there, and they don't have bag boys at Walmart. It doesn't mean you could throw out a Publix bag boy out there and expect to, throw for 300 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take Green Bay to win this game, but I'm going to take Chicago to cover the 10. A lot of big spreads here for whatever reason, but plus 10 Chicago. 20-13. Tennessee at Buffalo. Buffalo, Come on, guys. Come on. Buffalo looks like the best team in the NFL. I know Kansas City may look like that as well, but Buffalo just laid it on the Rams on Thursday night. Tennessee lost to the Giants. I mean, I am a Giants fan, and that was just sad. And watching the film, I'm surprised they didn't beat us. They didn't take advantage of a lot of these opportunities they had for them. So I'm taking the Bills. I don't need to talk about that too much. The Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 2.5. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings here. Whatever O'Connell is doing, that the new head coach for the Vikings is doing with Justin Jefferson, keep doing it. Justin Jefferson seemed like he found his niche in the slot. I think he was a slot receiver back at LSU, and when he can't see the NFL, they just put him everywhere else. But his home is in the slot. He's going to be taking over a lot of games. And this may be a game. Philadelphia's defense is very vulnerable after what happened against the Detroit Lions, who is not a very good offensive team, still allowed 35 points on them. So I'm going to say the Vikings pull off the win here and pull off the upset, plus 2.5, have them winning 31-28. That being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys use the promo code KB27 for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. And I'll see you guys in the next video.